What is up, guys? My name is Steve. Thank you for stopping by my channel. I'm just an American guy on a journey to discover my British and Irish ancestry. Today, we're going to be reacting to 23 facts about the UK that confuse foreigners. You know, I'm off the top of my head, I'm not really sure what facts about the UK I would find confusing. You know, I think some people may find the fact that people in the UK drive on the left confusing versus the right, but, you know, to me, that's just... I guess it is a little bit confusing, like why some countries choose to drive on the right side versus the left side. But, you know, I haven't ever really thought about that as something like a big confusion. I just haven't thought of it like that, if that makes sense. But outside of that, I really have no clue what facts he's going to bring up. So this should be interesting. Let's go ahead and check it out.
The United Kingdom might not seem like a place that could offer you anything more exciting than a cup of tea and some gloomy weather, but this place does, in fact, have its oddities. If you're planning a trip, you can meet some Scousers, possibly...
Okay, I don't think that. I think the UK has a lot to offer. You know, I've just started my journey, not that long ago, really, and it's amazing how many things I want to check out already. So I have no idea what he's talking about there. So
possibly a unicorn and definitely a Sophia. But first, 1. Can't talk about Great Britain without mentioning the world-famous clock, Big Ben. Only Big Ben isn't the name of the clock or
oh, I've heard it was the name of the clock.
or the tower it's on. It's the bell inside. And here's another funny tidbit. In 1945, a flock of birds perched on the clock's minute hand and put the time back by 5 minutes. 2. At an astonishing 443...
Okay, I already knew the tower wasn't Big Ben. I learned that, you know, a number of videos ago. For some reason, I always thought the tower was Big Ben, but then I was thinking it was the clock for some reason. But maybe I just forgot that I had heard that was the bell. But okay, good to know. So Big Ben is the bell itself. Okay.
feet in height, the London Eye is the 4th tallest Ferris wheel in the world.
Wow.
A single rotation on this bad boy takes roughly 30 minutes to complete.
Wow.
But a little known fact is that it wasn't London's first giant wheel. That honor goes to the Great Wheel, which was opened to the public in 1895 and demolished 22 years later in 1907. 3.
Anybody been on that wheel? I bet that's an awesome view. He said that was in London, correct? Wow. I bet that would be an amazing view. You could probably see the entire city from up there.
Queen Elizabeth II has been to over 100 countries. She is a major world leader after all, but the real kicker is that she did it without a passport.
I already knew this.
And that's perfectly okay. She doesn't need one since, she's the queen.
Yeah, she submits the passport to earn her name.
Lots of people make the same mistake over and over again, so let's set the record straight. Great Britain and the United Kingdom are not the same thing. The UK includes Northern Ireland, Great Britain doesn't.
Right.
5. Hey, ever met a Scouser? I've come across some scoundrels in my time, but no, not a Scouser. If you know anyone from Liverpool, then yes you have. People from this northwestern English city got this nickname from the word lobscouse, which was a famous stew popular among sailors that visited Liverpool.
Good.
Local people adopted the dish, and the name just stuck. So the Beatles were Scousers then? The more you know. 6. Now, a fun fact for all you bookworms out there. The towering British Library in King's Cross, London has lots and lots of books for you to enjoy. No, I'm serious. It's got over 170 million items in its catalog.
170 million? Wow. Has anybody been to that library? Like, how big is that? Like, how long does it take you to walk through a library that big? That's huge. Now, I don't know how many books are in, like, the average library, but, you know, I know there's no 170 million. That's insane. I'm guessing the average library that I know of probably has, you know, I'm going to say probably a few 100,000 books. I mean, a good sized library, I'm guessing, may have 1 million books, but 170 million, that's insane. Wow.
7. There's a village in Wales with a tongue twister of a name. You guys ready for it?
Yeah.
Lillenfair. Oh, just put it on the screen. Did it fit? Great. Anyway.
Yeah, this is the, someone actually shared a video with me. I hadn't watched it yet, but wanted me to check out this longest name in Welsh, because I think the person on the video was able to pronounce it correctly. So this definitely reminds me, I need to check that out, because I'd like to hear how you pronounce that name. Let's see, Lanfair Pwalgwynig Walguri Chewy Rundrub Lentisiliagagagagak. I have no idea. Wow.
The Welsh to English translation is St. Mary's Church in the hollow of the White Hazel near the fierce whirlpool of St. Tisilo.
Oh, why didn't I even think about that? That's actually Welsh language. For some reason, I was thinking it was wrote in English, but I forgot that the Welsh still use, a lot of people in Wales still use the actual Welsh language. So that's obviously a Welsh word. So it means St. Mary's Church in the hollow of the White Hazel near the fierce whirlpool of St. Tislio. That's surprising that the translation actually works correctly on that. Wow.
Whew.
Wow.
8. London has the oldest and one of the largest underground transport systems on our planet.
I've heard that.
The London Tube includes 270 fully functioning stations and at least 40 more that aren't even in use. But it also manages to steal about 80,000 umbrellas from passengers each year. 9. In Scotland, you can take the world's shortest flight between Westray and the Papa Westray Islands. Get ready, because this flight will take just 2 minutes.
Wow.
10. Make sure you don't stick a stamp with the Queen upside down on an envelope in the UK, otherwise it is considered an act of treason. By the way, the United Kingdom was the first country to use postage stamps. It was the black penny from back in 1840. As for your final stamp fact of the day, Great Britain is the only country in the world that doesn't have its name on its stamps. 11. Yate-born J.K. Rowling is the first billionaire author in the world. She sold more than 400 million copies of the Harry Potter book series. And her actual name is Joanne Rowling. J.K. is her pen name. 12. Are you currently on a bright side binge-watching marathon? Nice! But you can thank English computer scientist Sir Timothy John Berners-Lee for inventing the World Wide Web that you spend so many hours on each day. 13. Are you about to finish school and thinking about where to go to college? You've got plenty of choices in the UK. There are more than 100 universities all over the country. 14.
And a lot of them are very well known.
What the national animal of Scotland is? Strap in for this one. It's the unicorn.
Wait.
According to Scottish mythology, the unicorn is the sworn enemy of the lion, which is the symbol of the English royal family. 15.
Wait, so did he say the unicorn was the national animal? Is that what he said?
National animal of Scotland is?
Wow.
Strap in for this one.
Did not know that.
It's the unicorn. According to Scottish mythology, the unicorn is the sworn enemy of the lion, which is the symbol of the English royal family.
You know, I believe that there is some level of truth within all mythology. There may be some fact and some fiction mixed together there, but it makes me wonder where there's some sort of horned horse or something that at one point that is basically where the unicorn comes from. Because I do believe a lot of these stories have some truth to them in some way. I'm not saying unicorns exist, obviously, but it's interesting to think about these different mythological stories and where their origins come from,
15. Greetings are a very important part of communication, there's no doubt about that. And how can you greet someone? Hi, hello, hey, salutations, if you're fancy. Well, if you're ever in Britain, you might be greeted with a, "You alright?" Or even just, "Alright." Moving on. 16. It's illegal to wear an armor suit into the House of Parliament. I know, it's always been on your bucket list, but you'll just have to forget about it and wear your armor someplace else.
That must be a rule from like
17.
long ago.
What was the official language of Great Britain in the 11th century? English.
In the 11th century, Great Britain, I'm going to go French.
You say? Nope. From 1066 to 1362, the predominant language of England was actually French. That explains why almost 30% of the English language comes from French. 18. Okay, I'm sure you know that the English love their tea. But do you really know how much? The British drink it more than any other nation in the world. For instance, they drink 20 times more tea than Americans do. 19.
So you guys in the UK drink a lot of tea. Is it usually hot tea or warm tea? It's interesting that, I think most people know that Americans, especially in the South where I'm from, sweet iced tea is like huge. It's like everywhere. Everybody drinks sweet iced tea. I'm like the only person in my family that does not like sweet iced tea. I drink herbal teas, some. I drink hot herbal teas, but I am not a fan of sweet iced tea. It's interesting. Does anybody in the UK actually drink sweet tea? I don't really think that's a thing over there. I think that you guys just usually drink hot tea, which I would fit in fine with.
If you make it to 100 years old in the UK, the Queen will send you a telegram and wish you a happy birthday. You can get another one if you celebrate your 105th birthday.
Wonder if King Charles is going to continue that.
After that. How thoughtful. 20. You won't find any US eggs in the UK. They're illegal since they get washed. The funny thing is that the same applies vice versa. UK eggs are illegal in the US because they're not washed. Gotta watch out for those bad eggs, eh?
Guys, if you're in the UK, I would definitely take your eggs over ours. I don't actually, when I can help it, I don't buy store-bought eggs here. I get eggs from a local farmer. I think you guys don't refrigerate your eggs usually either, do you? Which, that's what I would prefer. But over here, once they're refrigerated, you can't just take them back out and leave them unrefrigerated. So, definitely, I'm not a huge fan of some of the, sanitary food practices that are actually not that great for the food, such as washing the eggs,
21. Speaking of strange laws, it's actually illegal to go to the cinema on a Sunday in Northern Ireland. You can even be fined up to £50 or roughly $65 for breaking this law. Wait, so are movie theaters there even open on Sundays? 22.
I would guess not.
In order to become one of those super cool looking black cab drivers in London, you need to pass a special test called the Knowledge. Sounds cryptic. The hard part about it is memorizing every single street in London. A lot of drivers spend years preparing for this test. 23. In the early 1800s, just about a quarter of all women in Britain were named Mary. Imagine trying to call out to your friend Mary in a crowd back then. Sophia has held on to the #1 spot for 9 years in a row, and Mary didn't even make it to the top 25 in 2018. Oh, how the times have changed. Which of these facts did you know already, and which one surprised you the most? Let me know down in the comments below. If you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share it with a friend. But don't go anywhere just yet.
Okay. Yeah, I learned quite a bit. Is that true? London cab drivers literally have to memorize every single street in London? Wow. I mean, London's a big city. I haven't really looked in too deeply on how big it is, but I'm guessing a city, what does it have? 7 million people, 11 million people? I can't remember, but that's a huge city. And it's got to have a lot of streets. I can't imagine how someone could memorize that many, that many roads. That's crazy. Wow. Also, I did not know this. So where is that? Sophia is the top girl name. That's actually my daughter's name. I'll have to tell my wife about that. that her Sophia's name is the top girl's name in the UK. Wow. But I learned quite a bit on here. A few of these facts I kind of already knew, but as a whole, I didn't know a lot of these. Nothing really stands out. I mean, I already talked about the ones that really stood out to me, like, what was it, 170 million books in a library? A few other things, but overall, I think about half of these were brand new to me, and I didn't know. Please let me know in the comments if he was off on any of these, because I know some of these videos have people have told me in the comments that they got certain things wrong or whatnot. So please correct anything that may have been, wrong in this video. But otherwise, guys, I thought this was really interesting, and I'd like to check out some other facts, about the UK, Ireland, whatnot, in the future. So if you have some other videos or ideas you'd like to share with me about a video sort of like this that I could check out, please feel free to leave it in the comments. Any other suggestions you want to have, any corrections on this video, please leave them in the comments. Please don't forget to click that like button, and please subscribe to continue to follow me on my journey to discover my British and Irish ancestry. Until next time, guys, peace.